Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. My name is Marlon and today I'm going to be doing a short video to do a comparison between the Panasonic Lumix 7-14mm f4 lens and the brand new Panasonic Lumix 8-18mm f2.8 to f4. This one's a constant aperture of f4, and again this one is goes all the way from 2.8 and up. But I just wanted to do a quick video showing the differences between these two as far as image quality goes. This isn't going to be like a in-depth review on the brand new 8-18mm lens. It's just more just to show some sample shots, and that way you guys can get an idea. Maybe you're in the market for this lens and want to compare it to the 7-14mm like I was, and I really couldn't find much of a comparison video online, so I decided to just go ahead and do this video, okay? This is a Lumix 8-18mm, and right now it's at 8mm, and I'm at f2.8. And so right now let's take a look at 7mm and 8mm on the Lumix 7-14mm lens. Okay guys, so here we have the 7-14mm, and we are at 7mm right now at f4. And so here we have 8mm on the Lumix 7-14mm lens, and we're at f4. Again, we're back at 8mm on the Lumix 8-18 right here. f2.8 right now, and let's go back to the 7-14mm lens. Well, let's go up to 9. Alright, here we are at 9mm on the Lumix 7-14 lens, f4 again. Alright, so here we have it at 9mm. Still pretty good. And I'm filming right now on aperture priority, so it's automatically adjusting. We're at f3.1. So here we are, 14mm on the Lumix 7-14mm lens at f4. Let's go all the way up to 14mm. Right, f3.6 there, and all the way to 18mm again at f4. All right, so on my vlogs, this is what it usually looks like. I always keep it at the widest, 7mm on this lens, because I like to be able to show more on my in the background here. So let's take a look at what it's going to be when I'm vlogging and walking around at 8mm on the other lens. Alright guys, so I have the Lumix 8-18mm lens right now, and it's at 8mm at f2.8. I don't know, what do you guys think? Can you see a little bit of separation here with that extra stop at f2.8? I know that on these Micro Four Thirds cameras, it's difficult to get that extra, or that nice really creamy bokeh. But I think from what I saw earlier on some other footage that I was looking at, it looked a little bit better than the 7-14mm lens. So right now we'll take some landscape shots, and that way we could compare the two lenses that way as well. Alright guys, I think earlier in the video I didn't mention this, but this is a Panasonic Leica lens. So it's made by Panasonic, but it's approved by Leica in Germany. Well, we're out here in downtown Tampa. I'm gonna go by this church here and take a couple shots indoors and a few shots on the outside, just to compare again a couple of shots with this lens and the 7-14mm. One of the things that I really like about this new Panasonic Leica 8-18mm lens is that it has a filter thread on the front. You see there? And so I'm going to take some shots with this circular polarizer filter that I got for it. Right now I'm filming with the 7-14, and on that lens you have to buy an adapter, which I had before, but I had to shoot like at 9 or 10 millimeters, otherwise I'd get some serious vignetting. Definitely a plus about this lens. Alright, so let's put this filter on. Let's take a couple of shots with the filter on. Lumix 8-18mm at f4 with the filter on. Let's move it around a little bit. Alright guys, what I'm going to do right now is go take a shot, a close-up shot of something around here, just so we can see the difference between the two lenses. These lenses aren't made to have that bokeh like I mentioned earlier, but you can get that if you're up close like I am right now. It kind of blurs the background out a little bit. So we'll just do a couple of shots like that on a different subject and see what that looks like. Okay guys, I'm gonna head back to the house, look at this footage I just shot, put the video together and wrap it up. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we got some good shots here. Guess who's here? That's my bus. No progress yet, but I'll have a video on that later on. Anyways, I'll check back with you in a few. Okay guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. I just finished reviewing some of the footage and I was very pleased with both. I think that the 7-14mm is a great lens. I've used it for over a year now. And I used it a lot for vlogging. A lot of my vlogs, I used it. I really enjoyed having that wide 7mm because, like I said earlier, I like to capture a lot when I'm vlogging behind me. I like to include that in the frame. But that being said, the new one, the Lumix Leica 8-18mm lens, is a fantastic lens. I'm really pleased with this lens. I really like the build quality. It's an all-metal lens. I love that it has the built-in thread there for your filter. That extra light at 2.8 is a plus. I know you lose a little bit at the wide angle, as you guys can see there. But for my needs, you know, I like to use it for vlogging. I like to use it for some architecture, photography, and landscape shots. For my landscape shots, I didn't find that much of an issue. If anything, I just had to back up a little bit, but that 1mm is not a big deal to me. So for me and for my needs, I'm very happy that I went with this. It does come with a very hefty price tag though, $1,100 for this new lens. But it is a really nice lens. It's dust, splash, and freeze proof. You can use it down to what I think it's -10 Celsius or 14 Fahrenheit. So this was a lens that compared to the Lumix 7-14mm is not much bigger. And it's only 3.5 inches tall, and it's like the 7-14 where the front zooming element doesn't come out. So I like that it stayed that way, and it's only 15 grams heavier than the Lumix 7-14. So for me, it was a no-brainer. This is what I was waiting for, the extra range. I really like that I can use it, especially when I'm vlogging. The 18mm end, I mean, that's really helpful. Sometimes you want to zoom into something, and that's more than enough most of the time. Without having to switch lenses. So I really like this lens so far. I've been using it for about 2 weeks. I didn't include any photography in this video. This was strictly video, but I'm very happy with my shots so far. For stills, it's been very nice, very sharp all across. But yeah, I hope that you guys found this video helpful and were able to see the difference between the different focal lengths between the Lumix 7-14 and the 8-18mm. But just keep in mind, this one is weather sealed and the other one isn't. And it's much more expensive though. The 7-14mm, I believe it's going for about 800 bucks brand new. You could probably pick it up used for about $550. You know, it all comes down to your personal needs. I know that Olympus has 2 wide-angle lenses, but it's a massive lens. 7-14mm, which is a constant f2.8, is really good, and that is better for video because if you're zooming in and out, the lighting doesn't change in it, or your aperture doesn't change in it. But if I'm going to use this lens for video, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be for vlogging, and it's going to be at 8mm, so it's going to be at 2.8 anyways. So that for me is not a deal breaker. Some people may need to be zooming in and out at 7-14. I don't need it for that. If anything, I have my 12 to 35mm constant f2.8. This is a really nice lens, and I may do a full review on it later on. This is not a review of this lens. I hope you guys found this video very helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it. And more than anything, guys, I'd appreciate it if you guys would share this video on social media. That would really help me on my channel. So thanks for watching. I'm going to put the links to both lenses down there. They are affiliate links, so keep that in mind. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it will help me out. So that's going to do it, guys, all right? See you guys in the next video. Peace.